The first thing I need you to know is that I'm not a professional. Well, I am, not in this. Hashtag FlowPro EGM golf instruction. Man, windows are expensive. I have these old windows at my house. I've been screwing around on the outside because I got fired from the insurance company. There was peeling paint all over, and I don't blame them. I knew I didn't want to pay somebody to come put in $20,000 worth of windows that probably cost $5,000. So I was putting new casing on the front to case in the storm windows, and when it really got down to it, the casing looked good, but it just didn't look quite right. I pulled off the casing on this one window, the stuff that I had put on and painted and everything, and as I was pulling it off, I noticed how easy the boards around the window were coming off that were holding on the storm windows. So I just kind of started prying away, and you know what, dang it, it was sealed up really good, but it started pulling off. I was actually behind those storm windows was the casing for this window, and that casing just kind of popped off when I started prying at it. And then I saw the tar paper, that protective paper that comes around it, and it was wrapped into the brick, so I started tearing back that, and dang it if I didn't see the edges of the windows, and I got back to the framed in window, the initial framing. And it took me like, I'm not kidding you, it took me literally, once I decided that's what I wanted to do, 15 minutes, maybe, to just fucking tear everything down outside and get to the point where I'm ready to come inside here and pull this thing out. Because once I do that, I can have measurements and I can go find myself a flipping window and put it in. It appears as though these were inspected by Nellie. So I'm wondering if I could give Nellie a call and let her know, great work. They've lasted a long time. They're ugly as fuck. Fucking things last. Way to go, Nellie. She's probably 157 by now anyway. Hey, come here. Come for a little walk with me. This is the one thing, or one of the things that I'm doing much, much better. We're gonna go out to the garage, because that is exactly where the proper tool for what I was just trying to do is located. So that took me a grand total of even having to look through my drawers, not very long, before I started learning to be myself and be authentically Aaron and all. I would have sat there for, half hour, 45 minutes, maybe more, just to prove that I could do it with the tool that I had, which is crazy. I'm back with the proper tool, and that took less than 2 minutes. Turns out I need a little stiffer tool with some bend to it, a little curvature, if you know what I mean. You gotta really get it to the right spot. Eventually. You gotta do some more shaving. There's a nail right there. It needed me to do that. Now, let's see if this works on the back. Oh yeah. I should go ahead and get something different because I can tell I'm already dinging this up. I know what I do. An even stiffer tool with more curvature. That's what I'm talking about right there. I just saw the spring in there, and it looked like a freaking hornet's nest, and it scared me. Whack! Do more shading. That sounded good. Sounded like we got something there that was holding us back. Don't be afraid to put a little stink on it too. It's not just gonna cut open. You gotta give it the business, man. See that? That's what I'm talking about. It's kind of split right there already. see me getting naughty. There you go, man. Casing is off. Now that's the actual insert where the window is. The one thing that I've noticed about this, and again, I'm just doing this because I know how to work with wood and tools and fix shit. Like, it leads you kind of to the next step. Seriously. Like, so I have to take this piece off, which is holding the actual window in. So. Oh, that's the spring from inside there. Hey, dude, check this out. All right, I've done some stuff, but I forgot to turn on the recorder, obviously, because I'm me. But here's where we're at on the window. Okay, got all the casing out. Window frame's still in there. I was able to kind of figure out how to pull out the windows themselves, which are going to be nice for resale. So now I'm just going to get in there with my Sawzall and chop that crap up and pull this frame out. Always properly hydrate. It's vodka. Timber. There you go, man. Ripped out right down to the studs. And now I just got to go find myself a window. Got my measurements right there. It's 65 3/4 inside to inside, up and down, and 37. And I came up with 3/4. It said take the line, which means it's a little bit under 3/4, like 11/16. So, honestly, this probably has taken me, if I put it all together, maybe about 3 or 4 hours. The only reason that I'm taking so long to do this one is because I didn't know where everything was. I didn't know what I could tear off. It's an old house. It's like you never know what you're gonna run into. So what I've done is I've done this tester window, so that way, find something that fits. I know now where I can go and cut, and I can just zip the entire thing out down to that stud and just pull the window out. Everything else should come out a lot easier now that I know what I'm dealing with. This was more like kind of like peeling an onion. This onion is peeled, man. I'm excited. This is gonna be totally awesome. I'm learning to do all this stuff for some reason. And I was talking to my dad earlier today, and I told him that, you know, I think I might have missed my calling, because I'm pretty good at stuff like this around the house, you know. And then I corrected myself and I said, you know what? I might have just found my calling. All that you can't leave behind.